Today we're going to try to get this little go-kart running. It has a 2.5 horse Lifan motor. We'll go through the steps of how to get it running. We'll probably have to clean the carburetor. We'll check to see if it's getting spark. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take the air filter off. There's a tab on this side. You just push in and it pops out. Pull the air filter out. We're going to spray a little bit of starting fluid in it first to see if it does anything. I've tried pulling this with the gas on, choke on, it won't do anything. So we'll try some starting fluid, see what happens. Okay, so it started up, didn't stay running, it ran off the starting fluid, burned off that, and then it shut off. So we know we got spark, we know we got decent compression. We'll pull this carburetor off and clean it, put it back on, see if that fixes the issue. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take these two nuts off. You'll need an 8mm socket. Okay, I think next we're going to try to get the fuel tank off. I'm not sure how it comes off. Looks like there's a 10mm bolt there. A 10mm bolt there. And it looks like two on the back. So we'll take them off and we'll see if it comes off then. Okay, I think that'll give us enough room without taking it the whole way off to get the carburetor out. I'm going to pull this fuel line off, drain what little bits in the tank out. There's hardly anything. Looks like our fuel line's in pretty bad shape too, so we'll change that. Okay, now I got the fuel line off. The carburetor should slide out once I take the linkage off. Okay, and there it is. Carburetor came off. It takes a little finagling, but it'll come off. Now we'll pull it apart, see what it looks like inside. Okay, first thing we'll take the bowl off the bottom of the carburetor. This screw here is just to drain the fuel out of it. Your carburetor will be sitting there like this. You could remove this screw and it would drain whatever fuel's left in here out. This center one here takes the bowl off the bottom. I already loosened it. This one's pretty dirty. Definitely needs a good cleaning. This pin here, pull this, your float and needle come off. Here's your float. There's your needle right there on the bottom. Now we'll spray through all the passages here, make sure everything's clean. Put it back together. Hopefully it fixes our no start issue. Now I'll just go through and spray every single hole. Making sure every passage is clear. This one is, never mind. This one especially. Looks like there is a little tiny jet in the middle there. I'm not sure if you can see it. We'll try to take that out. Hopefully it'll come out without ruining it. And I don't think it's going to come out. We'll spray through it. We'll make sure it's clear. I'm not sure if you can see in there, but as I spray, you can see carburetor cleaner is flowing through it, so I think we'll be okay. We'll hose everything else down. I'm going to inspect this needle, make sure there's no ridges in it. It has a rubber tip on it. A lot of times when they're worn, they'll get like a ring around it where it always seats. This one looks okay though. I'll try to get this a little bit cleaner. I'd say that's a lot better. Okay, now we'll put it back together. Okay, now we'll put it back together. Okay, first thing, put our float and our needle in. Make sure your needle seats in the hole. Put your pin back in to hold your float in place. Sometimes they can be a bugger to get lined up, but they will go. Okay, now we can put our bowl back on the bottom of our carburetor. And our bolt back in the bottom and tighten it up. Okay, now we're ready to put it back on the go-kart. We'll change the fuel line and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, I got a new piece of fuel line on my carburetor. I just left it long for now. First thing we'll do it in the reverse order. We took it off. We'll hook up our linkage here. The spring goes in the bottom hole. And then the actual rod goes in the top. And then it gets lined up on both the studs that are sticking out of the block. Slid back in. This gasket, which is in pretty rough shape, but we're going to reuse it, went here. So we slide that on. Next we'll put the air filter box, I guess you could call it, back on. And it just, well, first we'll connect this breather right here. It goes right here on the air box. Slide it on. Slide both the posts on. Whoops. Put the two nuts back on. Okay, now I'm just going to tighten them up by hand for now. Okay, now I'm going to put a ratchet on and just tighten them up a little bit more. Turn the fuel on, put it on choke. Take it off choke. starting fluid. Okay, I think I got it figured out. I was flipping the choke the wrong way. Choke's off now. Okay, we're going to turn up the idle a little bit. I think maybe that's the issue. Still not running quite right, but running better, so we'll keep working on it. Might just need to be run a little bit. There might still be a little bit of old gas left in there. As you can see, it does run, but it leaks gas pretty bad. So I bought a replacement carburetor off eBay. I believe it's the same exact thing. I'm gonna put it on and see how it runs in. Looks like that'd probably be why it's leaking. And that's definitely from me. I had to bowl off quite a few times. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe.